Welcome, friends. Happy Monday. I think we already have a pretty good crew here, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, off the top, I just got back, literally just got back from Sterling Renaissance Fair. I'm Jeremy Grafe, for those of you who don't know me. This is the Subaltern Project Twitch channel. We're here for our regularly scheduled Monday Night Mayhem. Mayhem might be too strong a word for acoustic guitar. But, yeah, here we are. And so I just got back from Sterling Renaissance Fair, which is about a 5.5-hour drive. And I had a great time. If you're anywhere near that fair, I would highly recommend it. It's definitely worth the drive. It's definitely worth it going both Saturday and Sunday if you can swing it, because there is a lot to see and do. I'm probably going to be talking a little bit more about that later, but for right now, the house elves are putting that link in the chat. I would encourage you to check it out. And as I may have mentioned, I am going to be talking about Sterling a bit more. So, cheers to that. So tonight, we have a group of songs selected by House Elf 1. She tried to keep it easy, she said. Anything going on in the chat?
Everybody says hello.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, Kathleen says it's nice to hear you. And
Oh, hey, Kathleen.
Vanessa's here.
Hey, Vanessa.
And Carlos.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Carlos.
Lisa. And Misha. And Judith.
Yeah, I'm surprised we saw Misha. Misha is on a... Well, he went charging to the rescue of a friend and colleague, and he is going above and beyond the call of duty. We probably won't, well, let me put it this way. We shouldn't see him much in the chat tonight because he's driving. So thank you for having me up for the last couple days, Misha, and hopefully that drive back to base camp of the Volgamut house is going to be safe and uneventful. But very alert and very safe.
And your brother's here.
Oh, hey, Nathan. Speaking of safe drives, I hope Carlos and Rebecca and Jaden had a safe drive back to Massachusetts and Rhode Island earlier today. And I hope that was a tremendously uneventful and fairly traffic-free ride, although I know that's asking a lot of greater Boston area traffic on I-90. So it was great to see the three of you at Sterling yesterday. Glad you got a chance to see Volgamut in their natural habitat, or at least one of their regular occurring places to engage with them. I know the next few weeks at Sterling are going to be great, so do check that out. But we have a good bit of music to get through. And I want to crack into a bit of that. So thanks for tuning in, friends. Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Carla says it's kind of trippy knowing that he had dinner with you last night, and it almost feels like it didn't happen because it's like I guess it's just like this whirlwind of.
The last few days have been, yeah, very much a whirlwind. I would agree with that. So I woke up kind of early today, and Michael and I went out to do some like post weekend stuff. So a lot of Ren Fair folk will kind of get together and do like a bazaar at many of the fairs around the country. And Michael and I were heading in to do that, and we found out that one of our friends was broken down on the highway. So Michael manned the coffee station, and I went out on the rescue and evac mission on the highway. And that was kind of unexpected. So by the time we got them situated, by the time we got them situated, I was basically at about the point where I was ready to go home. And wasn't really a lot of downtime. It was great to have last night to hang out with Carlos and Rebecca and Jaden, but it was also great to see a lot of colleagues from the fair, a lot of the booth workers, a lot of the performers, a lot of cast members just hanging out and enjoying each other's company. It was really cool. It was sort of like a cast party in a lot of ways. So apparently that happens all the time with Sterling, and that was a really great way to cap off the day. It was great to see Volgamut playing loud sets again. It was great to get a chance to play with them during their 2 quiet sets. It was just a really wonderful day. It was great to see so many friends during the course of the festival day. I particularly loved getting a chance to actually see Cantiga perform live. They're going to be at Sterling for the rest of the run, and then they'll be at Pennsylvania, and I'm really excited about that. That's definitely another reason to go either to Sterling or come to Pennsylvania, whichever is closest. They've been one of my favorites to see over live stream, and I love their records. But yesterday, that was one of my big illustrations of why live is just something that cannot be really duplicated or reproduced in any kind of recording. So do get a chance to see Cantiga if you're able to. And I'll say a little bit more about another experience that I had yesterday of why the live experience really cannot be replaced, and why it's so special and so unique. Anything going on in the comments?
Yeah, Kathleen said, I think we'll have dinner with Jeremy soon too.
Yeah.
I think I heard a rumor about that.
Yeah, well, since Kathleen's talking about it, Kathleen's going to be stopping here on her way north to Tuxedo in a few weeks. And if that happens to fall on a Monday night, that's great. She will be joining me on the live stream. And if it's not a Monday night, we will have a special episode just so we can share our joy of playing together with y'all. We haven't really talked about a set list. My guess is it'll be rather Cantiga heavy, since we enjoy playing cantigas with each other, but I'm gonna let Kathleen pick whatever we play. So while you're maybe thinking about your trip, if there's anything that you liked playing together at West Virginia, Kathleen, please let me know. Or maybe even something that we haven't played together, but you would like to play together. So Kathleen, I'm letting you pick the set when you're up, and I think we're gonna have a great time.
Vanessa, 353.
Yeah, that's 353 is a solid choice.
Woo.
I do love me some Kenna O'Magan. So, we will have that, more than likely, especially if Kathleen picks it. So, yeah. What else? No? Okay. Well, we've got...
Glenda says hello.
Oh, hey, Glenda.
Glenda's here.
Hello to Texas. And hello also to Judith in Australia. Well, we have more music.
More music.
my story is true. Oh, once I was carefree, my own path to choose. I courted a lady by night and by day, but now she has left me and gone far away. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging I'd there build my nest, I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. She followed me gladly to Donnybrook Fair. I bought her fine ribbons to tie in her hair. She offered to marry and stay by my side, but then in the morning she sailed with the tide. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wing, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging I'd there build my nest, I'd flutter my wing o'er the one I love best. Parents, they chide me and will not agree, saying me and my true love their marriage should be. But let them deprive me, let them do what they will. While there's life in my spirit, she's the one I love still. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wing, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging I'd there build my nest, I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. If I were a blackbird.
That's good. I want to remind you to talk about your Twitch channel points, your rewards points that are.
Yeah. Before.
Vanessa used it to highlight her message.
Oh, thank you, Vanessa. So, friends, we have some new toys to play with. Before I left for Sterling, I completed my onboarding for a Twitch affiliate, which is really exciting. That means you can now subscribe to the channel. And right now, that doesn't unfortunately mean a lot. But I am working on getting some custom emotes made just for you that as subscribers you'll be able to use. You'll still be able to access all the fun chips and tentacles and cheeses you all love so well. But you'll also have some very special ones designed by my friend Jason. And I'm really excited about those. So it might take a minute for those to show up. But in the meantime, if you share bits, every bit that you share is actually a penny that the channel will receive, which doesn't seem like a lot, but your cheering actually has like a financial ramification on this end. So your support is more than merely like acclamation and accolades. It's like your applause actually translates eventually into cents and dollars, which I know I am grateful for. So another wonderful way to support the arts, even on a small incremental scale. And I'm grateful that you're doing that. Yeah. So I wanted to share a little bit more about Sterling. I had a really beautiful experience yesterday. Volgamut is sharing the Wildwood stage with Clan Tinker. And some of you who were around for our New Year's Eve hijinks, meaning Volgamut and I, will remember that by way of a ball drop, Clan Tinker gave us a very special video. And while the videos that they produce are gorgeous and wonderful, it is just not the same as seeing them live. The experience is, it is truly incredible. Acrobatics, high dexterity, wonderful musicianship, all of that. And it is just so much more immediate and present. Rebecca and Jaden and Carlos were with me for their first show of the day, and they did this really beautiful piece that I found out later they only ever do once a day, and I was hoping to catch it later, and I was really grateful when I found out that we caught the one performance of the day. Like, it literally drove me to tears. It was so beautiful. And it's a beautiful little interaction with Elijah and with Serendipity and with Santiago playing his accordion. And it's just so seamless, and it's just so beautiful. If you have a chance, do get to see them. I don't know if they always play that bit as part of their first show, but you definitely don't want to miss it. So do go see Clan Tinker. Give them lots of love. They are incredible. I can't recommend them enough. It was such a wonderful experience that on video would have been beautiful, especially if it would have been shot well, but live, it's just so much more poignant. And I'm, on one hand, thankful that the pandemic is in many ways receding, but I'm very nervous about some of the spiking that we're seeing in places that are people that aren't getting vaccinated. So do your part, get vaccinated. And it's a really, really scary illness. It does horrible things to your system. Most of you who watch my show are already like part of that, in terms of people who are doing their part and wanting to do what they can to mitigate the pandemic's effects, but we're not going to have a chance to safely congregate like anywhere we want and anywhere that we want until this pandemic is gone. So do your part, and when you can, if you're in a place that's safe, really go out and enjoy live performances again. It's I've always appreciated the live experience. I've always appreciated being able to perform. I've always been grateful for wonderful performers, but this past Sunday especially, it really hit home to me how powerful the live experience is, and how much I think we need it as humans. Like, we really need that shared experience, and we need to feel those experiences of like beauty and transcendence. That's the only way that I can put it. So anyway, check out Sterling. Check out Clan Tinker. So amazing. Yeah. Anything going on in the chat? Nope? Okay. How about some more music?
Chips and tentacles.
Ah, chips and tentacles. Because who doesn't love that on a Monday night? So, while we're on the topic of live music and why that's so amazing, so yesterday I got to do something that was like kind of rare in my experience lately. I actually got to watch Volgamut play and like not do anything, but just sit there and enjoy it. And it was so wonderful to see Michael and Chris and James and Dan playing together. And I mean, I don't know if like you've ever had this experience, but I feel like I get this experience every time I really see somebody play that I really love. I feel like I hear the songs differently a lot of the time, and sometimes it's like in the live setting, it's almost like they have an extra gear, and like there's something even more special about even my favorite songs. So like yesterday, they played a bunch of the cantigas that I love, and like I love 119 Como Somos, and it was just a little extra special. and 353 was a little extra special, and it was just really beautiful to see that happening. And it was great to be sitting in a pretty full audience. Like, we're all outside, there's plenty of room, there's plenty of air moving around. But it was so cool to be in that place where people are moving around, and like there's people kind of drifting in as they're hearing the pipes and they're hearing the drums and the Rauschpfeif. It was wonderful to see that and to be part of that. So the live experience is not to be duplicated, and if you get a chance, I've seen Wolgamut in a lot of different configurations, but there's something really special going on right now with now that Misha has been reunited with James and Dan and Chris. And if you get a chance, do not miss it. There's really something a little extra special happening, like right in this moment. And I'm hoping to see that continue. But it's so cool to hear and see how they're interplaying with each other. So, yeah, don't miss it.
Vanessa agrees and says, Polar Bear Dance Live cannot be beat.
And that is how they ended their live sets for the day yesterday. And it was something else.
And Judith wants to know when we'll see more of your guitars that are in the background.
Yes, Carlos reminded me about that. I promise in the next week I will do. I'm going to do an episode that's just introducing you to the various guitars in my life. So
they don't just sit on the rack. They do move.
No, they actually get played. It's just, this is my Paul Reed Smith Angelus, and this is like what I've played more than any other instrument in the house in the last year and a half. And I love this guitar. It is not terribly expensive, but it plays like a guitar that's significantly like more expensive than what it is. And that's why I fell in love with it when I played it the first time, and why it's the guitar that I continuously go to. And I'll talk a little bit more about that as part of the tour. I know some of you, especially Carlos, are probably going to want to hear like all the woods and some of the tech specs, and I don't have a lot of that committed to memory. So I'm going to make sure that I have that data on hand, so I am wholly prepared and can introduce you properly to the instruments in my life. So, but yes, Judith, that is happening within the next week. There's a very good chance that might be Wednesday's installment of the Garden of Mutual Delights. So that's going to be an afternoon episode. If you miss it, no worries. I'm going to make sure that it's set up so that the replay happens right away on Twitch, and I'll get that uploaded to the YouTube channel within the next 24 hours after that. One of the downsides of being an affiliate is they want a 24-hour exclusive on any content that I release on this platform. So I am happy to do that. So the replays are going to be at least 24 hours behind any of the replays that are happening here on Twitch from here out. But Garden of Mutual Delights coming up, and Meeting the Guitars is what's on deck for that episode. So it'll probably be at 2 p.m. Eastern, but if that changes, I'll post something. Make sure your notifications are turned on so that you get notified. And, either call in work disinterested or go for a long lunch, or, I'm not trying to, like, instigate bad behavior, but I won't judge you for it.
Every once in a while.
I mean, every once in a while, it's okay. Mental Health Day. And what's better for a mental health day than hanging out with a few guitars? I mean, I can't think of much. Well, speaking of great ways to pass time, pastime with good company, I love and shall until I die. Grudge who lust but none deny, so God be pleased shall I use me? For my past tense, and sing and dance, my heart is set on goodly sport. For my comfort, who shall me let? Quand je bande avec le ray, I make you tuning, 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 tuning. Aussi des années, je vois un jour à bois. Quand je bande avec le ray, I make you tuning, 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 tuning. Aussi des années, je vois un jour à bois. Chantons et pouvant, c'est vrai qu'on fait sans la guerre. Chantons et pouvant, mes amis, pouvons donc. Chantons et pouvant, c'est vrai qu'on fait sans la guerre. Chantons et pouvant, mes amis, pouvons donc. Quand je bande avec le ray, I make you tuning, 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 tuning. Aussi des années, je vois un jour à bois. Quand je bande avec le ray, I make you tuning, 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 tuning. Aussi des années, je vois un jour à bois. Chantons et pouvant, c'est vrai qu'on fait sans la guerre. Chantons et pouvant, mes amis, pouvons donc. Chantons et pouvant, c'est vrai qu'on fait sans la guerre. Chantons et pouvant, mes amis, pouvons donc. That was Pastimes with Good Company into Quand je Bois.
I liked your transition.
Hmm. Cheers, thank you. So yesterday, another live experience was getting to see the first Cantiga show of the day. And I love Alex Karlov's playing. I love Martha Gaye's playing. And I especially love Thomas Duendel's playing when he's playing with Martha and Alex. There's just something really special about that. And yesterday they were joined by Dan and Tim from Empty Hats, who play bass and also violin. So there was this really beautiful moment mid-set, like exceptionally beautiful moment mid-set, where they played this really wonderful piece of music from Andalusia. And at the very beginning, well, through the whole thing, Thomas and Tim were playing these incredible harmonies that just the way that they were laying over the harp and over Alex's viol, it was just breathtaking. And it was one of those moments where I wish I had a better memory so that I could perfectly remember everything that happened. But I was very thankful in the moment that I was aware of like how special and beautiful that particular moment was. I mean, it was a wonderful set, and I'm sure that Rebecca and Carlos and Jaden can back me up on that. But just being there and being able to hear the tones just so clearly and so beautifully was a wonderful thing. And then getting to meet Martha Gaye afterwards was really fantastic. She's just such a lovely person. And I think with some people, like I think the best musicians, the best artists, their personality shines through, and like who they are as a person, like at their very best, is also shining through their playing. And it's just so evident that she has such an incredible well of care and love that comes through her harping, which is a wonderful thing and such a gift to be able to be there and like experience that, which that's still in the recordings, but live, it's, if you know, you know. So another reason to go to Sterling over the next few weeks, or another reason to come to Pennsylvania in a few more weeks when that opens on August 21st. And the House Elves, if they haven't already, should be posting the link to Pennsylvania Renaissance Fair now so that you can get your tickets ahead of time. Yes, you do.
Where?
It's on the sheet that I made for you.
Oh, there it is. Oh, it's right in front of me.
I try and get you set up.
It was abbreviated,
Ah, yes.
you know.
Well, I've been learning from Michael that it's important to keep the people that you work with on their toes. So, valuable lesson, friends. No Setlist survives contact with Misha von Volgamut. Oh. We did have a lot of fun playing yesterday. I was so glad to get a chance to play with Michael and Dan and Chris and James. It is such a wonderful thing to be able to play with people that are listening to each other really carefully and playing so thoughtfully, and playing music that's just such a joy, and being able to look at a crowd and see them enjoying themselves and like the way that things are landing. That's such a great thing, and I'm so glad and so thankful that we're getting back to that, and hopefully that trend continues. So. Well, friends, I regret that I have but one song to share with you.
Is it already that time?
It's already that time.
Oh,
I haven't been in a hurry.
wow.
We had a somewhat shorter set this evening.
To make it easy.
It's been a little bit of travel, and I will admit to being a bit tired after the events of this weekend. So I do promise that I will be back before a week is out for the guitar tour, and I will be back next Monday. Again, I'm Jeremy Grafe, and this is the Subaltern Project Twitch channel. Come here every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern for music and good company. Next week will be an entirely new program. So, yeah, like that. But anything else to share with the good of the order? Yes? No?
Yep. You know, the mooing crossover from.
Ah, yes. You will all be relieved to know that when
and
Michael...
The sadness of one song.
Uh-huh.
It is sad. We agree.
Well, when Michael announced his signature invitation to Moans of Despair at the final song, you will all be happy to know that Carlos dutifully mooed for the rest of you.
Yeah.
Much to Misha's chagrin. Anyhow, this is how we closed our set yesterday, and although I will not have Michael and Dan backing me up, the sentiment remains there, and I hope you take a piece of this with you into your week. I spent it in good company, and all the harm that I've done, alas, it was to none but me. And all I've done, for want of wit, to memory now I can't recall. Then fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. If I had money enough to spend and leisure time to sit a while, there is a fair maid in this town that sorely has my heart beguiled. Her rosy cheeks and ruby lips, I own she has my heart enthralled. Then fill to me the parting glass. Good night and joy be with you all. Of all the comrades there I had, they're sorry for my going away. And all the sweethearts there I had, they'd wish me one more day to stay. But since it falls to my lot that I should rise and you should not, I'll gently rise and softly call. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all. Good night and joy be with you all. Friends, thank you so much for spending your Monday night with me. It was nice to catch up a little bit. Nice to see a few of you for real yesterday. So whatever your week looks like, I hope you carry a little piece of joy with you and be a little bit of radiant love to the world around you. Until next week at 8 p.m. Eastern, or maybe a bit before. Love you all. Thanks a lot. See you next week.